Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's LaunchPad webinar. Excited to be here this morning. I have Amalia with me. Amalia, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. I'm doing really well. Got a little bit of a snowfall today, so I was not too happy, but okay. So,
Well, win- winter's upon us here in Toronto, and the weather's
yeah.
starting to drop. And I mean, yeah, I had to go get some snow equipment for my kids, like snow attire. All that stuff that they need, gloves, scarves, etc. They always lose it. But anyhow, wanted to take the opportunity also to wish everyone in the U.S. In advance a happy Thanksgiving holiday week, I guess, or weekend. Definitely looking forward to seeing everyone next week. So um, definitely we'll start. We have a lot of the things to discuss today. Exciting news. Plus, we're also going to have an announcement regarding a guest speaker next week. I think that is going to be a great webinar next week. But even today, let's roll. Amalia, I believe you are first. We're going to start with the latest news and articles, questions.
Yeah.
And just before I begin, if you can kindly let me know if you can hear me, that would be amazing. If you can um, just let me know. Perfect. Thank you, Pablo. Okay, excellent. Okay, so let's begin then. Definitely a very interesting week in the world of SEO so far, digital marketing and specifically SEO. Google coming up with a few different items, and take it away.
Okay, yeah. So this one article I want to share is called Google releases a full version of their search quality rating guidelines. So for the very first time, Google has released a full version of its search quality raters guidelines and the handbook. It is about 160 pages of basically wonderful SEO knowledge, so I'm sure many of you will enjoy that. Google has just released once again the full version of the search quality rating guidelines, one 160-page PDF document aimed at helping Google search quality raters understand how to rate the search results they are testing. Early last week, the October version of the document was leaked, as it was back in 2008, 2011, and 2012 other times, but Google officially released this version back in 2013, but has now decided to release a full 160-page version that was previously only available to these search quality raters. A Google representative stated that the ratings from the evaluators do not determine individual site rankings, but are used to help us understand our experiments. She also added that the evaluators base their ratings on the guidelines we give them. The guidelines reflect what Google thinks search users want. The representative implied that Google will keep the document updated over time as they're constantly refreshing it as a search and how people use it changes. So did you want to add to that, Armando?
Most definitely. As a matter of fact, I took the liberty of downloading the search quality
Yes.
evaluation guideline. I'm not really I'm a bit of an SEO enthusiast myself, not a practitioner, but it's always good to know. And I found it very interesting. And you can actually download the guideline. Just give me a quick second. I'll put the link on chat for a second. But it does. As Amalia mentioned, this is not a tool that will determine the ranking of your site. It's basically a guideline, right, that can be used for the purpose of understanding how to properly do some optimization. What are some of the the takeaways? So the guideline includes just general overviews. Oops, sorry. Let me just go back here to what did I do? Give me a second. Um, the guidelines include items such as, page quality rating guideline, talks to you a little bit about what, web pages and websites. So it's a little bit also down, simplified to the level of, a basic SEO terminology. Okay. But then, they kind of go into a little bit more in-depth approach into high quality pages. What are the characteristics of high quality pages? What is a satisfying amount of high quality main content. One of the things that I liked about it is that they also show some actual samples, right? And with screenshots. So it's a very, very detailed document. What are the highest quality pages? Very high quality MC, very high quality level of EAT. So as you can tell, it's really very detailed, and it even tells you what are some of those pages that could be potentially damaging your website. What are those lowest quality pages, right? Deceptive pages, harmful or malicious pages, lack of purpose pages, no website information, untrustworthy and reliable, unauthoritative, inaccurate, or misleading. So you know what? They really go into a lot of detail. And again, it's not it's really general knowledge and consensus, but now it's coming from Google. So if you have an opportunity to download it and read it, obviously it's 160 pages. You don't have to go take chapters and read it to definitely understand. I can tell you that our team is it's pretty much dissecting this guide, and I'll probably be doing that in the next few weeks just to try to understand. Very, very interesting article. Download from Google. They also have a very important part on mobile and mobile usage, which is very key, and we've talked about it throughout the year. So understanding mobile users, understanding the query, so it kind of gives you a bit of a a general perspective of the user intent, right? How that works, etc. So definitely, I mean, it's something that sorry, I'm going to go a little bit high up again because I want to go back. It gives you a lot of information that I would recommend you download this document, have a look at it. Even if you're not an SEO practitioner, you should still, if you're in digital marketing, you should understand the basic terminologies, right? Then kind of talk goes into more of the needs met rating guideline, the part three. One of the things that I liked about it is that it's very, very educational and very it's not usually Google has these nice glossy advertorial type pieces of content, and this one's very, very educational, very scholastic, if you will. So have a look at it. If you give me a quick second, I'm just going to grab the link for you. But definitely, I think this is going to be a great, a great, a great piece of content that anybody should be able to download and review. Just give me a quick second. Um, but it's exciting. I think that it's like a kid getting a new toy, especially everybody that really enjoys search engine optimization. Again, it doesn't tell you the secrets on. I just posted on chat. It doesn't tell you the secrets on how to get better rankings. It just gives you the best business practices from Google, and it just puts it into one document. So it's a very, very important document. So have a look at that. One thing that I will also mention to all of the ICs, if you don't have the official Google Web Master Central blog, I recommend that you keep that in your likes or your bookmarks, because you always want to find out what they're doing, and they kind of give an update on this. And one of the key things is that this is not the final version of our Radar guidelines. The guidelines will continue to evolve as search and how people use it changes. We won't be updating the public document with every change, but we'll try to publish big changes to the guidelines periodically. So more to come from Google on this, and I think that it's a very, very, very important download. So just post it out there for you. Have a look at it, and if in case you're having challenges downloading it, I downloaded it because I figure if they change their mind and they want to block the download, at least I have a copy of it. Let us know, and we can easily email it to you. So have a look at that. Okay, Amalia, thank you for that, and I think you have one more piece of important news as well to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I do. So I have the next one is basically Bing app gets refresh with a redesigned homepage and direct answers and more. Basically, users can now access bookmarks and search history saved with the app when working offline, which is great. The Bing app has released new updates, including a redesigned homepage, direct answers, and the ability to access bookmarks and search history when offline. So when searching, get the right answer right away. Instead of having to click on the web links to find it, it reads the update announcement. Bing also says its newly designed homepage for the app will allow users to find nearby restaurants, movies, images, maps, and more with one tap. Bing assured users their saved info was also available with the update. Your stuff's basically still there, and your bookmarks, search history, Bing rewards, credit are all in there. Basically, if you tap on the menu, you'll be able to see it. And the Bing search blog included the following video summarizing the app updates. And I basically added that little YouTube for your viewing if you wish. To eventually, if you want to copy that and take a look, it will provide you the updates. Armando, did you want to add to that as well?
Yeah, no, thank you, Amalia. It's very interesting that they are actually we're able to release this new redesigned homepage. And again, it's one of those things that Bing is very aggressively doing to continue to grow, and specifically right now with the use of their app. So you can have a look at it. As you mentioned, they did come up with an interesting video that that talks a little bit about it. It basically kind of shows the cool things that they're working on. So again, it's more from a user's perspective. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. Let me just go back here to the presentation. But it's something that they're doing. As a matter of fact, we have more news on Bing coming up as well. Just some of the things that they're working on. Excellent. Another one that came up that's a very important piece of news is actually Google to penalize websites using deceptive mobile traffic networks. According to Andrei Lipatsev, who is a Google Search Quality Senior Strategist, they actually were, he was in a Hangout, a Google Hangout, where he participated, and he talked a little bit about what are the key things that his team is working on. And one of the areas that they're focusing their attention to is detecting and taking action on mobile affiliate traffic networks that bounce users from one site to the next, which harms the user experience for the mobile user. Apparently, to Andrew, this is something that's very close to his heart, so they're keeping tight eyes on this, making sure that they're able to catch these affiliate traffic networks, right? So basically, what he mentioned was that sometimes publishers add these networks to their sites on purpose to make extra money, but sometimes the publishers and even the advertisers are unaware of it. Google sees this happening more and more, and knowingly or unknowingly, sites are redirecting their mobile users to bad pages. So Google clearly wants to be able to detect this better and take action on sites that are doing this, that are doing this. So this is obviously, again, if you're doing a search on your mobile and you're being redirected to a page that has nothing to do with your search, right? Those pop-ups or just a redirect of your mobile search. I actually tried looking for some of these before the webinar today and wasn't able to find it on my mobile, but it seems that they're basically focusing a lot on this. So what should we do? So if you talked a little, if you remember, sorry, a few weeks back, I talked about how Google warns webmasters of using sneaky mobile-based redirects, where, for example, when you are looking at this is on the left-hand side, you have a search view, a mobile search page view, right? So if you look at your mobile, this is how a search page result looks like. And if you click on it, so for example, exampledomain.com, it takes you to example.com, right? So it works. But what's happening now is that they tell you that you're going to example.com or abcwebsite.com, and you're being directed to XYZ or a totally unrelated URL to what you were looking for. So that's what they're talking about, this type of sneaky mobile-based redirects. Okay, so I mentioned this a few weeks back, and one of the things is that Google does understand that sometimes these redirects are happening without the intent of the webmaster. So as a result, you definitely should keep an eye on this for your clients and periodically check. So some of the reasons why these things can happen due to bad ads or being hacked, advertising schemes that redirect mobile users specifically, so through the addition of a script element installed to display ads and monetize content, mobile redirect as a result of the site being a target of hacking. So if your website has been hacked, a potential result can be redirects to spammy domains for mobile users only. We've actually had to clean up a few sites with these type of hacks and redirects to spammy domain names, right? So what are the recommendations from Google? Again, check if you are redirected when you navigate to your site on your smartphone several times per week. Number two, see if your web users are complaining about your site, right? So keep an eye on that. And number three, monitor your users in your site's analytics data for unusual behavior or changes. So again, please make sure that you double check your clients' websites, both desktop and mobile, to make sure that there are no redirects happening. And if by any chance your client has added any of these mobile networks, affiliate traffic networks, to their sites without notifying you, they will be penalized, right? So definitely wanted to bring that to your attention, because at the end of the day, they want to, Google wants to make sure that that the users have a great user experience. Excellent. If you have any more questions in regards to that, feel free to connect with us, and we'll definitely address your questions. The next piece of content and news that I wanted to share with you was in regards to Google, how Google may rank apps in app-only content. Now we are now in November, 11th month of 2015, and we know we've been very active as a production team, as part of the WSI network, in promoting the fact of a mobile optimization, and to some degree, we looking at Google App Indexing, and also Google App, how you can optimize your own apps, right, for your clients. Now, it's getting to be that 2016, it's probably most likely going to be the year of optimization for apps, right? So I believe that there's a huge opportunity in 2016 for the WSI community to now provide optimization or some level of consulting for their clients in regards to I don't want to, well, it is SEO, because this will be a key factor in regards to optimizing for mobile apps. So one of the key things that they talk about is really Google App Indexing being a very key SEO factor for Google to rank and determine the importance of sections of your app, especially for app-only apps. Right, so these are basically those apps that people are downloading on their mobiles, and basically they're using. So there is a way to optimize them. Right now, we're still in the, I guess, in the initial stages. There isn't really a formula. It's being developed as Google continues to bring more tools out. And in 2016, Google's app indexing and how Google handles ranking apps will be an incredible important area for SEOs to pay attention to. So again, the opportunity that I talked to you about, right? So be prepared. As a matter of fact, internally we're already looking at ways of properly optimizing apps. So we want to make sure that we can provide that service to the SEO community. If we don't have a package or a service as of yet, but our team is already doing due diligence on this, because we know that in 2016 this is going to grow, right? So what is Google App Indexing? Well, Google App Indexing is a system that allows people to click from listings in Google's search results into apps on their Android and iOS smartphones and tablets. Now that Google ranks app-only content apps in the mobile search results, we need to understand how ranking differs, because there's now three levels of rankings, right? There's your desktop ranking, right, for desktop results. There's your mobile rankings for mobile results, and now, if your clients have specifically dedicated or native apps, these apps can also be optimized, right? And at this stage, one of the key fundamentals here is to be depending a lot on their app indexing API and the signals they get from the API. So I've actually uh, 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 added a link here if you want to learn more. It's more of a developer's link, but it definitely is important that if you do have a client who's looking at optimizing and begin to try to get their content on their app be optimized or be indexed by Google, to make sure that they're following the instructions set out by this link on the Google developers site. So just give me a quick second. I'm gonna definitely share that with everyone, because I think that if you do have a client or a prospect that wants to uh, asking you the question, and at this stage it's a very cool it's a bit technical, and they have to follow specific instructions on how to do it. So just give me a quick second here. I'm also gonna kind of quickly share what So one of the key things that they're doing on this developers website forum is to talk about publishing your deep links in app indexing. So it does definitely give you a guide of how to properly use the app indexing API. Okay, so again, it's something that it is technical that your development team, whoever's developing the app, should be aware of and should make it, let's say, Google API friendly or Google App Indexing friendly, right? So they do give you a lot of different information here that you should be able to follow through to at least get a basic optimization done for your app when it launches. And if it hasn't been done, it can also be added, right? So definitely this is something that from our perspective, we will continue to keep you up to date. And as we continue to develop our own solutions, we'll definitely let you know as well and share best business practices. If there's an IC out there that's already doing it, we also welcome them to share best business practices. Now, key things to keep in mind, okay, based on what Search Engine Land shared with us in regards to how Google may rank apps, only content. The key thing about it is that it really depends on this Google App Indexing API. Because the Google App Indexing API not only lets app developers communicate the title and option description of the contents within the app, but it also shares how long app users spend on each section or page within your app. So this means that the Google App Indexing API basically measures the time spent on specific sections of the website, and based on the time spent, so the longer, it gives it a higher priority over other pages in your app, right? So again, this is very important because a key thing here is to have more visitors to your app, not only just downloading, sorry, viewing the pages that you are sharing content, but also the time spent there. Okay. Now, according to Rajan Patel, the director of mobile search for Google, he also explained that Google has an app crawler that crawls under the normal user agent of Googlebot. It also can crawl your app's content the way it would crawl your web content, and it can understand the URLs and content within those sections of your app. So again, the app indexing API is fundamental core to help Google get this content, but it is possible Google can use this crawler to detect more content within apps as well as find potential spam or cloaking cases. So definitely with this app crawler, if your app is open and has a Google app indexing API, it allows it to crawl it even better or deeper, right? So again, everything is revolving around that, and therefore the message from Google in short is if you're getting into the app world and want to rank well in Google, you must deploy Google's app indexing API within your app, and of course build a great user experience for your user app users, because if you do have a great user experience, they'll stay longer on your app, they'll use you more often, etc., which comes to the first key highlight, which is measuring time spent, and that's what gives your content higher ranking, right? So that's very important at this stage, right? So having great content, a great user experience is key, as well as having the Google App Indexing API within your app added. So if you have questions from prospects and clients who have developed a native app and they're kind of looking at optimizing, well, here's the first step. Okay, perfect, excellent. Again, any questions? Feel free to reach out to us. We're more than glad to share our experience as much as possible. Excellent. The other interesting and get a little bit sad piece of news is that the Yahoo directory is finally absolutely dead. So the Yahoo directory is now officially online, and going to directory.yahoo.com now redirects you to abacus smallbusiness.com. Now, please understand that the Yahoo search engine is still active, and if you go to yahoo.com, you still get, you know, an experience from Yahoo. But this was pretty much the small Yahoo business directory, right? Primarily, right? The directory, if you look at it, I have shown two screenshots. The right-hand screenshot is the original Yahoo. So this is pre-Google days. And you know what? I'm probably not even. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. This is pre-Google days. So basically, this is now something that has happened. Yahoo has closed down one of the most historic and prominent sites in the history of the internet. Once thought of as the Google of the internet, the directory is no longer to be found in any sense. They've actually rebranded and to abacosmallbusiness.com. Now, apparently, it's the same company, so Yahoo still owns abacosmallbusiness.com. Different focus, different strategy. They are providing services, but it's no longer the same directory. Here on the right-hand side, I'm showing Yahoo's original directory, and I don't know if you remember crawling or no, sorry, doing searches on Yahoo directory, and also then here on the left hand side, it's a more modern look of the Yahoo Small Business. So it's sad to say that it's finally dead. So this directory will be going offline and no longer to be used. Also, a case study in a directory that was touted to be the directory of the internet, finally dead. So I don't know if they're good news or bad news, the way you want to interpret it, but it just shows you that if you fall behind and you don't, if you're slow and somewhat move at the speed of a dinosaur as a business, again, you can be negatively impacted. So, um, you know, definitely wanted to share that with you. I was actually trying to look a little bit more about share you. If you give me a quick second, I wanted to actually share how the new website looks like, and here we go. I share that with you. So it's Abacus Small Business, rebranded. They still have some services that Yahoo Small Business used to offer, so that's still there. They do have some local marketing services, but again, it all works through Bing Ads, so it's part of the whole Yahoo Bing strategy, right? So they talk about Bing and Yahoo strategy. So goodbye Yahoo, in essence, right? The Yahoo directory. Okay, just wanted to share that with you. Another piece it's talking about Bing, and I kind of mentioned it at the top of the webinar, just to share more, bit more in regards to where Bing is at in the market. Interestingly enough, there was a recent, um, uh, I guess. Meeting by the executives where they share the top executives of Microsoft, where they're really very positive about where Bing is headed, right? And their focus is on search. So with Bing now at the center of Microsoft's consumer monetization strategy, executives display a new level of confidence when sharing plans for growing the search business. So at this meeting where they were sharing the plans, they talk a lot about what has happened. It's been a year of transition for Microsoft's ad businesses. Number one, a new agreement with Yahoo eliminated Microsoft's exclusive hold on Yahoo search inventory on desktop, but it also freed Microsoft to be exclusive Salesforce for Bing ads, which I'll talk a little bit later because this is something that's going to be very important in 2016 as well. Number two, Microsoft also handed off display ad sales to AOL and AppNexus, right? So that's for the display ads section. So what has contributed in 2015 to some of the growth that Bing has experienced? Well, Bing has grown from 7% of the US search market 6 years ago to a 21% share today. That's a lot of growth, specifically if we continue to have comp- strong competition from Google. So, and up to a third of the market if you include syndication. Ad clicks, so now we're looking at paid advertising, from syndication partners have increased 4 to 5 times in the past year. Partners include Forbes, the Wall Street Journal, and Bloomberg, which are highly trafficked publishing websites, right? Number three, Windows 10, which puts Bing and Cortana in the taskbar. When Windows 10 launched in July, Pan predicted Bing will see a 10 to 15% lift in search volume by September. I'm not sure if this has fully happened because the verdict's still out there, but we have definitely shared over the past few months how Bing has overtaken Yahoo and continues to grow in regards to the overall, specifically within the US search share. Desktop and growing in mobile, right? So that has been growth in regards to searches happening in Bing, which again creates an opportunity for advertising in Bing. Microsoft announced in October that Bing had contributed roughly 1 billion in revenue for the quarter, finally becoming profitable. So that's another sign of growth within Bing. And lastly, CEO Satya Nadella also mentioned that Windows 10 users had already asked Cortana more than 1 billion questions. So as you can see, there's been a lot of growth happening in 2015 well, I don't want to say a lot of growth, but significant growth, positive growth happened in 2015. One of the other things that is interesting about Bing's transition that that's that's happening right now. Apart from the different things that they're doing in regards to their agile engineering approach or differentiated customer experiences, etc., and the things that they're doing for their platform, such as what Amalia shared at the top of the hour, with the apps, right? Kind of refreshing and keeping it fresh. One of the things that's happening in 2016 that's going to be very important that they actually laid that foundation right now in 2015 is that they now have a search dedicated sales force. So the idea of a search as a small division fighting the battle against Google is gone. And as a matter of fact, the Microsoft's taking back a search selling. They took back search selling for Bing ads from Yahoo, and now Microsoft is now the only company focused solely on selling search in the U.S. and many other markets around the world. The company says it has hired a sales force of about 400 globally. So this will be very important in 2016. And again, reiterate the fact that for us, for the WSI community, it definitely continues to present an opportunity for your clients to be integrating Bing paid advertising into their digital marketing strategy, as well as making sure that the website, with the release of the Bing Webmaster Tools and updates to Bing Webmaster Tools, that that you are able to capitalize on that, on Bing organic search results and Bing on organic search to websites, right? So interesting, also piece of news from Bing coming out. Excellent. I'm actually glad to share this next piece of information that came out from Bright Local, which is basically an digital marketing agency, and they do a lot of work, a lot of surveys, a lot of interesting work, and definitely I try to follow them as much as possible myself. And what they've actually released is. In this article by Search Engine Land, they talk about the 50 top international citation sites, and they actually conducted extensive research in both international citations and local citation in 10 different countries, and they came up with this 50 list. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share the link to 100 international citations, and you can actually go and check it out. But just for the purpose of talking about these 50 top international citations, what they've coined or termed as an international citation site. Very simply, these are sites and mapping services that can carry business listings in multiple countries. There are a lot of well-known sites that cover one or two countries, so that's primarily what's happening in the market. But now there are other sites out there that can carry more of a global range, global coverage. So the list provides 50 international sites that can act as a base of your citation work in almost any other country. So to the ICs that are attending from Europe, Latin America, Asia Pacific, or the Middle East, here's an opportunity for you to kind of keep an eye on these citation sites that have been vetted by, a Bright Local. And I will tell you that, so far they have shown as an organization that they actually do a very extensive research on their work. So I would definitely recommend that you have a look at this and and nail down the ones that are very important to you. So uh, uh, they actually share 100 with them now. Search Engine Land share 50, but I actually kind of started looking at them, and these are the ones that you should intentionally have a look at anywhere in the world. You know, these should work. So I'm actually pasting them, posting them into the chat box here. But have a look at them, and basically, if you are not using these local citations, make sure that you get your clients on it. Now, there may be some variations in different countries, but this will give you a good foundation of some of the ones that are very, very good. Now, the way they've actually showcase this list of 100 international citation sites is that not just the name, but also the domain authority, general niche, right? A general or what niche they focus on. Either they're free or paid, and number of countries. So you can go to all your, for example, this one Maps Connect only focuses on 24 countries. So they have a very long list of 100 of them. So have a look at it. This should be part of your SEO strategy at an international level. And if you're in the US and you want to optimize, do a top level or basic optimization, or have a link building strategy, sorry, make sure you look at this local citation strategy, local citation list. I'm trying to see the top 50 because I know that they had also mentioned the top 50. So if you can give me a second, if you want the Cole's notes, I'm going to share it with you in a second. But this is great. This is definitely great because sometimes, that's one of the challenges that we're still having as a production team as we try to work in international markets is really having, you know what, here we go. I'm going to post this here for everyone. And here are the 50 free. These are all free that you can kind of check out. And again, not all the countries have it, but it does give you a good 50 list. These are the ones that you should be checking out for sure that are free. And the ones that there's a few paid ones here, but these are the top 50 that they recommend. So have a look at these two sources, and definitely they will help you. Okay, they will definitely help you if you are looking at optimizing at an international level. Wanted to share that with you because I feel it's very important to share best business practices. Okay, excellent. So moving on into our webinar, uh, I'm going to take my holiday section now and talk a little bit about something that's very key, and yet sometimes we forget about it, and that is really making sure that you do a 100% prep on your e-commerce site before the holidays. And they call this the holiday code freeze. So in this article shared by the team at Search Engine Watch, they're talking about preparing your e-commerce SEO strategy before the holiday code freeze. A code freeze is a period of time where no new development on a website are allowed to launch. So for retailers, this will help minimize errors or downtime during the peak shopping season. So just to let you know how important it's going to be in 2016, a recent study reveals that retailers expect a 4% increase over last year's shopping season, projecting to $965 billion in sales between November and January. However, digitally, online sales projecting a 9% year over year increase, which equates to 434 billion. So now when you look at the 965 billion and the 434 billion, you can clearly see that it's going to be about 50% of all shopping season is going to be online. So as a result, if your clients are planning on doing promotions during the seasons and really prepping up their websites, doesn't matter if they're e-commerce or non-e-commerce. I mean, this kind of focuses a lot on the e-commerce, but the same best practices and tips can be applied. Number one is give priority to soon-to-be high traffic pages. So given the 90% of in-store sales are still preceded by trips to the web, right? Make sure your store locator is programmatically optimized with relevant name, address, and phone number. Make it very easy to browse, very easy to navigate, very easy to access. Okay, so make sure that the name, address, and phone number data is there, uh, um, uh, versus a generic store locator title on each location page. You want to make sure that your location pages have all the relevant content. If you can even put store hours, that's very important. Any promotions that are running there, make sure that you take the time to put key information, right? So the other key thing that they recommend, if you have any dedicated store locator pages, right, make sure that at the top you highlight, the telephone number, and make it very, very, very visible as well. So that's what they're recommending, because most of the time people, in the shopping experience, people, the path to purchase, path to conversion may actually start online and end at the retail side, right, on retail sales. So it's very important that you want to make sure that you give priority to those soon to be high traffic pages. Okay, very important. Tip number two: feature big sales events, deals, and gifting. Obviously, have a planned by now. Your client and you as a digital consultant should have already planned, let's say Black Friday and Cyber Monday promotions, right? So if you miss Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and you have to now do it ad hoc, make sure that for Christmas you prepare, right? Internationally, well, actually, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are becoming international phenomena. So you know what? There's, even if you are in Latin America, if you are in Europe, or anywhere in the world, you can actually have your clients theme their promotions as Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So, having said that, digital customers are on the hunt for the best deals, and they expect this information to be easily found. A page, so a dedicated page should exist, and ideally never be taken down for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday deals, and shopping guides based on personas and price. So again, you want to make sure that you cater. You have these landing pages that you can easily uh, launch, right? Coupons, promotion codes, and special offers should also be easily found. Again, user experience. And if not, you risk this branded traffic slipping away to third-party websites. So again, if you're doing any paid search, or your websites pages are being found organically, and they're coming up on the search engines, you want to make sure that your pages, your landing pages, have the dedicated information. I can tell you time and time again, even when it's not the holiday season, you still find paid campaigns on Google and also on Bing, where their landing pages are a total disaster. And then you know what? You wonder why money's being wasted. It's not being optimized, and that's because they don't have dedicated landing pages that deal with that address or directly deal with what the ad's all about, right? So important. Feature these big sales events, deals, and gifting on your landing pages. Make it very easy for the clients to find it. Okay. Number three, make sure digital and physical are tightly aligned. Many buyers in your store will be searching for better pricing and availability, making product detail pages an important asset. Product pages should be optimized with things like the model numbers, if applicable, in the title tag in H1. This will help gain visibility for model number searches and to assure customers aren't finding your competitor in search results. So again, you know what? In your landing pages, make sure you have the right meta content, right? And you may say, well, you know what? It's too late for my pages to get indexed. Well, if you do it properly and you have a healthy website, Google will index it, right? And Google may potentially even rank it. And if there are shoppers out there that may be looking for products, even to the level as this article talks about, even to the level of model numbers. So maybe you should put your model numbers in your title tags, in your H1 tags, to make sure that it can be easily found, right? The other thing about this is that one thing that I want to kind of also address in regards to make sure digital and physical are tightly aligned. Also, make sure that physical and digital are also tightly aligned, meaning that if your client is running any offline, meaning any traditional marketing promotions, via newspapers, magazines, radio, TV, whatever they're doing offline, make sure that it's reflective on the website. If they are sending and driving traffic and from offline to online, remind them that they should have, if possible, a dedicated landing page so you can track success of these campaigns. If not, at least make sure that when visitors when visitors come to your homepage, or let's say for example TV viewers go to your homepage, that the homepage reflects what the the ad TV ad was all about, right? Again, sometimes I've seen this case and case again, where you see the TV ad, then you go to the website, and then when you go to the website, you can't find that promo, you can't find that product, it's hidden, etc. It just creates frustration. So again, offline should also be mirrored in your online. I know it sounds like a basic thing to do, but you know what? Clients forget, and you have to remind them. So as they approach the Christmas season, these are some of the tips that are very valuable, basic but valuable, that you should definitely talk to your clients. Excellent, perfect. So that's our feed our sorry our recommendations on on holiday shopping, prepping your clients' websites. Do it this week. Don't I mean by now it should be done. So you have today and tomorrow to do it. Don't be doing it on Thursday, which is the real day. Sorry, on Friday, Black Friday. Don't be doing that. Leave it till the end or next week Monday. Start preparing and finalizing as soon as possible. And if you already missed this holiday season, focus on or this holiday is Thanksgiving holiday season, focus on Christmas. Excellent. And the final thing that I wanted to share with you is next week we're going to have a special guest. We're going to have Chris Ballin, who's our in-house ALM SEO specialist. And the topic that we're going to be talking about are ASEO, Adaptive SEO, Best Business Practices, a supplier's point of view. So our webinar next week, we're going to have in the beginning a few tidbits of news and events that are happening because we like to keep our ICs up to date on what's going on. But we're going to have Chris, who is our adaptive SEO leading practitioner in house, be talking to us about some of the best business practices. And some of this will be in regarding to deliverables and also how the onboarding process is very key in adaptive SEO. What are some of the challenges that we face with some of our clients? What are the best business practices? And I'll also take a little bit of time to discuss some of the best business practices in regards to selling adaptive SEO, right? What are the expectations, right? So it'll be a combination of best business practices, and I'm gonna have him join us. So if you are new to adaptive SEO and you want to learn on how to sell it, what is the experience once you sell adaptive SEO to your clients, you offer, you consult, etc. Then this will be a great webinar. And if you are already selling adaptive SEO or offering adaptive SEO to your clients, and you have a few clients that are already on the adaptive SEO list, definitely you want to check it out as well. We're gonna have Chris join us, so that'll be for next week. Amalia, anything from your perspective, promos or anything that you want to share with us?
I certainly do. I just want to remind everybody, I mean, we only do have a couple of days, but we do have the promotion running for the free RWD for our websites running up until November 27th. As for December, we will have a Christmas promotion coming in. What that will be, we will announce then. I'm not too sure what that's going to be just yet. I'm just waiting to find what that is out. But if you have any questions regards to the website development and the free RWD, please reach out to myself or Michelle or Armando. And again, that's running up until November 27th. So if you can, try to get that sale in right away. Anyways, all the best.
Thank
And
you.
happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay. So happy Thanksgiving to our U.S. ICs, and
Yeah.
have a great week, everyone around the world. And look forward to having you next week. Invite one of your IC peers to join us. The other thing, just quickly to finalize, and as we close down, is don't forget also, if you've missed a webinar, feel free to visit our YouTube channel. Which is youtube.com/WSILM. We always have our webinars there. There's always great information, previous and past. So you know what? If you do miss it, feel free to visit our YouTube channel. We try to upload it typically, if possible, the same day that we have the webinar. We're looking for your feedback also on how to make our webinars better for 2016. Have yourself a great week. We look forward to having you next week at our webinar. Take care. Bye bye.